Okay, thank you.
So microphones are there?
Yes,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm standing here because I'm an indigenous woman. I want to stand always. When I'm leading, I'm standing. So I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for the organization, and thank you for our panelists, and thank you that you are sitting here still. We are the last but not the least of this event in today. So my name is Lisa Holmberg, and I'm a Sami, and you can see from my clothes I'm Sami. And we Sami people are living in the northern Scandinavia. We are all in all 100,000. We are living in Sweden, Norway, Finland, and Russia. And we call our area Sapmi. And we are borderless, but the states, of course, they are thinking there are borders. And I'm working in the International Sami Film Institute, which is now 12 years old. And we started 2 years ago also Arctic Indigenous Film Fund. And if you have lots of money, you are welcome to give us money. We are supporting filmmakers, Sami filmmakers, also Arctic Indigenous and other Indigenous filmmakers. And by giving money, but also by networking, by capacity building. We are making a film academy, Arctic Indigenous Film Academy network. Then we are opening the doors. This is 6th time we are in the Berlinale, and we are in the European film market. We have native stand. You are welcome there also to visit us. I want to introduce my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful panel. And we are all over the world. We are from Canada, we are from Brazil, we are from Greenland, and from Sami. And I'm not introducing, I want my panelists to introduce themselves. So if you, Nina, start. Yeah.
Hello.
If you want to stand up, it's okay.
No, I think I'm good sitting down.
Okay.
Thank you. My name is Nina Paningwa, and I'm from Greenland. I live in the capital of Greenland, which is Nuuk. In Greenland, we have 56,000 people only. So a question I've gotten a lot through the past years of traveling around festivals is, oh, people live there? And yes, so there's not a lot of us, but we are there. I have my own production company where I produce mainly Greenlandic features. Yeah.
Marie, you can go.
Negatakate. My name is Marie Clement. I'm Métis Dene, based out of Vancouver, Canada. And my people are from Inuvik in the Arctic. And also on the west coast of BC, the Coast Salish there, and I'm mixed European also. I have a company called MCM. It's a film company producing features, documentaries, and working on TV series. I started out a long time ago, it seems some days, and one of the reasons I started out as an actor on stage in theater, and was, you know, working the actor's dream on the boards, and started feeling that I was playing the same role over and over again. Not just as a woman, but as an Indigenous woman. So I decided I would write women characters that I actually knew and that were more than one dimension. And so, of course, what happens then is you, like probably everyone on this panel and everyone probably in the seats, is that you begin to write and then you begin to direct and produce and you start your own company. And that was called Urban Inc. I now have a live theater company called Red Diva Projects, and kind of work between theater and film, really looking to push the work I'm passionate about in a way that I want to. That's right. I guess that's why we're here. So that's sometimes what it takes. So, masicho.
You just try it. Maybe
Alô,
it's
alô.
on, yeah. Yeah.
Agudjevete, tá ouvindo? Tá? Tá. Eu sou a Patrícia
Eu sou
Ferreira.
Patrícia Ferreira. I am Patrícia Ferreira. Sorry, I'm already speaking.
Ai, e eu vim do Brasil, faço parte do coletivo Guarani de Cinema.
I come from Brazil. I am part of the Guarani Collective, Cinema Collective.
Aham. E é isso, por enquanto.
As for now, that's it.
Yes.
Vaeshapa kunya queira, kunya equeira,
This is Guarani.
xereira kunya poteraru. Eu falei aqui no meu idioma, na
Eu
minha
falei aqui,
língua.
I've talked here in my own idiom.
Eu queria dar uma notícia boa no panorama geral, que é
I wish I
ser
could give you
indígena,
a good news.
ser indígena cineasta mulher no Brasil hoje.
And I would like to tell you about being a female indigenous filmmaker in Brazil today.
Como a companheira Sami disse. Mas,
As Sam has said,
mas infelizmente hoje a gente vive um dos piores cenários da conjuntura política no cinema e para os povos indígenas também.
so I wish I could give you a good news, but unfortunately these days we live the worst scenario ever, not only for filmmakers, but particularly for indigenous filmmakers in Brazil.
E eu já trabalho há mais de 10 anos com audiovisual
I've been working for more than 10 years with audiovisual
e comunicação, porque a gente não trabalha só com cinema,
and
mas comunicação.
communication, because we do not work only with filmmaking, we also do communication.
Sendo uma das cineastas indígenas pioneiras em produções no Brasil hoje.
And I am one of the pioneers, indigenous filmmakers, pioneers in Brazil.
Produzindo e resistindo no audiovisual.
I produce and I resist in audiovisual and through audiovisual.
Thank you. To us, the filmmaking and telling our stories is very much about surviving, existing. And but we have here the very young producer from Greenland, and I know it's a very short history of Greenlandic Inuit filmmakers. So could you, Nina, tell a little bit how you get into this industry?
Well, it was kind of by accident. I used to be an actor, and I went for studying in Denmark half a year to do acting. And after the half year, the course was going on, I wasn't quite ready to go back home because Greenland is very, very far away from everything. I was 18 years at the moment, so I decided to take just another half year, and then it was film and TV that was available. I returned to Greenland in 2010 and started out working in creative projects. And then it was like cultural, then it was like commercials, and then it kept on rolling until I reached the feature films. I have most experience in line producing, mainly productions coming from outside, wanting to tell Greenlandic stories. And at the time, I don't know if I was just young or unexperienced or what it was, but I wasn't really thinking of the stories that was being told as if it was a Greenlandic person telling the story. And having my own company, it was quite easy to promote myself to be a producer, and then I started to prioritize the Greenlandic stories.
Thank you. And you are the most generous audience. You are all the time applauding. That's nice. What? Oh. So, about because the Greenland, our own stories, like Barbara said, our stories are a little bit different than Hollywood stories, let's put it like that. So what is the most biggest obstacle in Canada? You are working in Canada, and it's the most richest country almost in the Earth globe. What is to you the biggest obstacle to, as a producer and screenwriter, to make Indigenous stories?
I think I'd have to. I'm going to start with something positive because sometimes that's good to hear. A lot of women activists and filmmakers in Canada have worked really hard to fight for gender parity, and I think we're getting closer to 50%, but it's still a long way to go. But this is being mandated in our funders and broadcasters, so it's a big push, probably like everywhere else. On the Indigenous filmmaking side, we're at this kind of critical mass, meaning that a lot of our filmmakers have been honing their skills for decades through documentary filmmaking and others. But right now, what they've activated, and I'm benefiting from it, and the future generations will, is that if you want to have Indigenous characters or stories that involve Indigenous peoples in Canada, the companies that are producing have to be 51%. If you want to do that story, the writers have to own 51%. And really the idea is that there's no stories about us without us. So I think on those terms, we've been very fortunate in the sense that we're fortunate to be able to fight. And the fight has paid off. This long fight. I think the biggest challenges are still funding levels, what funders are willing to give us in comparison to our counterparts on all levels. And also, I think there's still gatekeepers. I think some of the world is still catching up to the idea that the world is diverse, that the world is Indigenous. So even though we have this fantastic work from, and to be honest, our leading filmmakers in Canada are Indigenous women. Our leading documentarians are women. Our leading drama, TV, are all women. That might sound odd, but it's really true, right? I think traditionally we come from a matriarchal society, as she stands there in her beauty. And I think this is being played out with our leaders in film being women. So.
Yeah, it's the same also in Sami. Our filmmakers are women. So, but we are going now to Brazil, and there is this. Your stories are also different, and your stories are held by the communities. Could you tell a little bit about it?
As nossas narrativas, né? Aqui a mesa começou numa questão de representatividade muito importante.
Okay, our narratives and the previous tables talked about representation, and this is for us a very important issue.
A companheira aqui falou uma frase muito importante.
Our colleague here said something very, very important.
Que não existe história, né, sem nós. Então não existe o nós sem a gente contar. Nós sem nós.
There is no stories about us without us.
E isso acontece com as nossas narrativas.
And this is what happens with our narratives.
Né, hoje, quem produz essas narrativas, né, e o que elas produzem?
Today, who produces the narratives and what the narratives are?
Hoje, as ações que existem, né, no cinema, no audiovisual no Brasil, as nossas narrativas, a maioria não são contadas por nós, produtores culturais indígenas.
Unfortunately, they are not made by us. Unfortunately, we do have too many narratives about us without us still.
Infelizmente, a indústria ela não reconhece a cultura, né, as culturas.
Unfortunately, the industry does not recognize the indigenous culture.
Especificamente a cultura indígena, ainda como mercado.
The indigenous culture is not yet seen as something that can be turned into a product, an audiovisual product.
Então, muitas vezes as nossas ações caem no esquecimento.
And because of that, many times everything we do, our actions, falls into oblivion.
E o que existe hoje no Brasil são esses grupos resistentes que produzem de forma colaborativa.
And what we do have these days in Brazil are these small groups that produces indigenous films as a piece of resistance, as resistance. Yeah.
E as nossas narrativas têm sobrevivido dessa forma.
And our narratives have been surviving this way.
Então, através dessa
Through
colaboração,
those groups that collaborate to create and collaboratively produce our narratives.
de grupos que também são marginalizados.
So we collaborate between and among groups that are also marginalized.
Hoje a gente produz muita cultura com nada.
Today we produce a lot with very little resources.
Imagina se a gente tivesse esse apoio, né, que
Imagine
tem.
if we just had the resources to produce.
Yeah, the Sundance Institute and the Meratamita, who was a very big filmmaker from New Zealand, they were trying to make indigenous film fund so that we could have our own funding to all indigenous peoples. But we can do it still. So, about Patricia, I want to hear your story about how you are making films, which kind of films are you making, with whom you are making films, and what are the stories?
Então a gente começou a trabalhar em 2007, né?
We started
Com
working in
coletivo,
2007.
a gente fundou um coletivo pensando justamente
We found a collective thinking about
quebrar as barreiras que existem, né?
breaking the barriers,
Como a colega, né, falou
as our
assim,
colleagues have said.
que a gente não conhece a fronteira.
We don't know, we don't recognize the borders.
E nós, principalmente nós, povos Guarani,
We, the
que
Guarani
para a
people,
gente não existe fronteira,
for us there are
então
no
a gente
borders.
pensou, como que para a gente não existe fronteira, mas parece que existe tanta barreira para a gente quebrar.
And we thought,
pens-
how come for us there are no borders, but we encounter so many barriers everywhere?
Pensando essas coisas que a gente vê todo dia, a gente
And thinking about those things that we see every day in our life,
ao redor, né, que a gente mora
Around us.
na cidade turística, onde houve catequização dos jesuítas, né, ali. As
looking
ruínas,
at what
São Miguel
happens
das Missões.
in our city, which is a touristical city where we've been catechizado, who helps me, who has been educated by the Jesuits.
Então, pensando como que a gente passa tanto preconceito dentro daquele município,
And
então a
thinking
gente
about-
começou a trabalhar para quebrar esse preconceito. Primeira coisa, né, quebrar o preconceito com o povo guarani que existe ali.
So thinking about the prejudices we encounter in our daily life and thinking about how to break out of this prejudice, this was how we started thinking about, that's how we started our work.
Tá vendo que vai demorar um pouquinho.
No problem.
Could you please let her finish the phrases, because I feel that she needs time to tell the story and
Okay.
interfere and double with the translation. We can't understand.
I'll do my best. Let's see.
Very hard work to make translation like this. I know.
Eles estão pedindo para que eu deixe vocês falarem mais antes de
Okay, we
começar a
just go
traduzir.
on. Thank you. Thank you.
E aí depois, então, tem essa a primeira barreira, né? Que a gente tentar fazer esses filmes, trabalhar com filmes, pensando quebrar esse preconceito que existe muito com o nosso povo em geral no Brasil, né? Que eu conheço mais.
So the first barrier is to break the prejudice, and this is what we first try to achieve with our movies.
E como a Graci falou, a gente tem muito pouco recurso, principalmente agora, nesse momento, nesse retrocesso político tão absurdo, né, que a gente quase não tem nada para produzir, tanto que a gente está produzindo algumas coisas, algumas imagens com o que a gente tem, realmente.
And as Graci has said, we have so little resources, and in this moment we have even less, and we are producing with whichever we have in our hands. We don't really have resources to produce.
E só para finalizar, por exemplo, a gente tem vários cineastas indígenas que estão produzindo dessa maneira com o que tem, e a gente está, eu principalmente tentei, né, com o coletivo, a gente começou com o coletivo. E agora eu estou tentando fazer principalmente só das mulheres. Eu comecei a filmar, tenho imagens, né, só das mulheres da minha aldeia, mas não tem como concluir, porque falta tantas coisas, falta tanta recurso, né, que para a gente, como a gente já falei que a gente caminha muito de uma aldeia para outra, não só no Brasil, a gente caminha no Brasil, na Argentina, no Paraguai, então tem toda essa questão de recurso para a gente realizar um filme sobre mulheres Guarani. Obrigada.
So just would like to finish telling that we have many indigenous filmmakers producing right now, but this way, with very little resources. And to give you an example, at the moment I'm trying to make a film about women, Guarani women. I've started to think about women, and I started to try to make a movie about Guarani women, but I do not have the means to conclude it. And because the Guarani people wanders around and walks a lot around not only Brazil, but also Argentina, Paraguay, other countries, we need the resources to really be able to depict the Guarani reality.
Yeah, you are nomads like we Sami people. We are walking with our
Vocês
reindeer
são como nós, são-
across the
bastante.
borders. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm so sorry of this very short time we have here, but we have one more very short question to your. What about your young people? Are they coming stronger in Greenland, in Canada, in Brazil? What is the future? Very short. Yeah.
Like Helena said earlier, it's so important with the network and the mentoring part, and not like a big thing, but more like one-on-one. So every time I get inspired, such as Helena told me to be a part of this, even though I was scared, this is influencing me in how I work and how it keeps my fire keep burning, and that I will bring back home. So every time, it's just important to remember that how strong inspiration is, and how important it is to keep sharing it. And thank you, Helena.
Thank you, Helena.
Yeah, most of the producers that are indigenous that are creating works are also hiring indigenous youth all across the board. So every department now usually, or the hope is, the drive is to have it filled by an indigenous intern so that they can learn and create up. But there's a really strong and powerful youth and all parts of the business coming up, so it's really an exciting time to witness also the future.
Thank you. For the Brazilian people.
Nesse momento, eu tenho uma perspectiva, né, aqui, olhando essas mulheres né, maravilhosas que estão aqui dando essa força, essa vontade de continuar lutando. Eu acho que, de alguma forma, nós, jovens, né, que estão vindo, estão, de alguma forma, lutando não somente com cinema, não somente com audiovisual, mas também de outras formas, levando suas lutas, né, acompanhando suas lutas com as suas lideranças. Cada povo, não estou falando só do meu povo, mas cada povo que existe no Brasil estão lutando, os jovens principalmente, com o que ela tem, com o que ele possui, né?
When I look at these so beautiful women here and the strength we feel here, I get stronger to keep on fighting. And I guess our young people, our youngs, they fight for survival and for recognition, not only with cinema, with any other means they have at their hands. And I speak this not only for the Guarani people, but for all indigenous people of Brazil. And I think that that's what keeps us moving, and I think they're going stronger. They will not give up.
Thank you.
Eu poderia ser romântica aqui, né, contar um pouquinho essa questão da cultura, da ancestralidade, né, que eu acho que todo não indígena, de uma certa forma, gosta de ouvir, mas a minha inquietação hoje, né, realmente é o futuro, né, do meu povo, né, e todos os povos indígenas que vivem hoje no Brasil.
I could be romantic. I could start talking about indigenous culture, how we feel and live our ancestors and all those things. But I need to say I do have a concern about the future.
Eu fico inquieta, né? Eu fico preocupada porque cada vez mais no Brasil está surgindo, né, medidas do governo atual contra os povos indígenas, né? Medidas contra nossas florestas, né? Contra nossas terras e contra a nossa própria vida. Então, por isso que essa inquietação hoje, para mim, é muito mais forte do que outras coisas.
So, my worries are bigger than my hopes, unfortunately, because with so many laws against us being passed and with so many unfair measures being passed against our forests, our lands, our lives, I am really worried.
Ao mesmo tempo, eu vejo o audiovisual, o cinema, como uma fagulha de esperança, né?
At the same time, I see filmmaking and audiovisual presence as hope.
Uma fagulha de esperança, porque está sendo também como uma forma de denúncia, né? Uma forma de resistência para a gente mostrar para o mundo o que a gente está sofrendo lá dentro, né? O que as comunidades estão sofrendo na base. Então, por isso que é uma fagulha de... E isso tá sendo repassado pelos jovens, né? Pelo futuro, né? Que a gente fala que os jovens é o futuro, mas eles também são agora.
And audiovisual and film is for me hope, because through audiovisual, through filmmaking, we can denounce, we can resist. And this resistance is being held by the young people as well. They are coming strong with this. And the young people, they are our future, but they are also our present. They are very present today in this fight.
So, thank you. In the end, I will thank you, the panelists. Thank you. I will, in conclusion, we can say that there are lots of work to do still. And it's, we are on our way, and I think nobody can stop us. And thank you. And thank you for all your beautiful audience. Thank you so much.